Hello everyone, and welcome to the Crime Wall with Cass and Mo. This is Mo. And when we think about the case or the lack of the case for Sandra Bland, who was a 28-year-old African-American woman found hung in her jail cell in Waller County, Texas, back on July 13th, 2015, just 3 days after being arrested during a traffic stop, despite her death also being ruled a suicide, it still left a lot of people with questions, unanswered questions at that, and a serious fear of just not being given fair and equal treatment, when being accused of a crime or even being arrested. This is nothing new. I think we are all aware of so many things going on in the world right now as it relates to things dealing with law enforcement, etc. But this now brings us to the story of Ta'Neasha Chappell, who made it to the crime wall because her story definitely deserves to be told as well, because something is just not adding up. So if you're interested in hearing why there's so many things not adding up for Ta'Neasha Chappell, then please keep on watching. What was supposed to be a normal jail time or normal jail sentence would leave Ta'Neasha Chappell's family and daughter with so many unanswered questions. Ta'Neasha Chappell had an unfortunate run-in with law enforcement, according to various reports. She led police on a 30-minute chase around 3 counties, later being arrested on charges for shoplifting due to a number of suspected stolen items that were stated to be valued at approximately $3,000 to $3,200. Now, this arrest would never allow for her to actually pay for her crimes with a normal sentence, normal probation, or whatever a judge would have seen fit if she was found guilty, because Ta'Neasha died while incarcerated in jail. While serving her time, she would have constant contact with her family, and at times tried to, not worry them by reminding them that she's okay, she's going to be all right. Of course, she still wanted to bond out, which her bond was about $4,000. She just did not want, her family to worry, but she did hint to the fact that she felt some of her inmates did not like her because of the color of her skin. It all started when Ta'Neasha was having these severe stomach pains and felt feverish and just very uncomfortable and began to act very lethargic. Her first plea for help was on July 15th, when she would get up the energy to hit the buzzer to inform officers that she was coughing or throwing up blood. And she even told them she left this in the toilet for them to see. Now, here is one problem that I already heard or realized when I was researching this story. Why would Ta'Neasha feel she would have to leave evidence to prove that she's actually sick? I mean, I just don't understand. Is an inmate's word not good enough because they're in jail? That's not right. If someone's sick, they're sick. And I think people should take it seriously no matter what. But it seems that she obviously knew how she would be treated, so she left evidence so that they would take her seriously. But according to reports, officers stated they did not see any blood or anything in the toilet at that time. Now, I'm having a hard time believing them after, watching these videos and hearing how, Miss Chappell called multiple times for help, only to be told she was faking or she did not want help at all. So I'm going to play some of the video so that you can hear just how bad she was treated. If you can't handle some of the things, that are very disturbing or just very hurtful, I caution you to go ahead and exit from the video, because, this video is very hurtful to hear how another human being can just be treated. So I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
We could hear her violently throwing up. She hit the box.
I didn't want to say cars to go
she told the box repeatedly, over and over and over, we all heard it, okay, that she needed help.
Yes.
I need help.
What?
I need help.
What do you need help with?
My stomach.
What?
My stomach.
What?
My stomach.
With your what? Your stomach?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to do unless you're coughing up something crazy.
I need a nurse.
Huh?
I need to go to the hospital.
She's like, I need to go to the hospital.
I need to go to the hospital.
Do what?
I need to go to the hospital.
You gotta go to the bathroom.
I need to go to the hospital.
To the hospital?
Yes.
What's wrong?
I'm throwing up blood.
I'm throwing up blood.
You're throwing up?
Blood.
And she was very adamant about needing to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
I need to go to the hospital.
Do what?
I need to go to the hospital.
Like everyone, like we could hear her hollering for help and stuff.
I'm dehydrated. My whole bucket is full with vomit. I'm throwing up blood.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I'm calling my sergeant.
She was making a big deal.
I spoke to the sergeant. He said that the nurse will see you in the morning.
Yeah. I'm throwing up in my sleep.
And the guards come back there or check on her, like, when they did their walkthrough, nobody gave a shit. No one cared.
What's your name? Chappell. Alrighty.
She was screaming, help me. And we laughed at her.
I need help. I need help. I need help. I need help.
Now, as you can hear, she was in pain for hours, and I don't know if you've ever experienced being so sick that you're, lethargic, you're hot, you can't stay in one place, you even want to take all your clothes off because you just don't feel comfortable and you feel sick. I mean, from looking at these videos, this is what I saw, I'm not even a doctor, and I could tell something was really, really wrong with her, and she was trying her best to tell them to get her help. I mean, who would want to be in their own vomit and in their own waste just to be faking to go see a nurse or even go to the hospital? I mean, they have to make it make sense, and right now it just really is not. So at one point, the officers decided to open her cell, and I believe these were two female officers, and they also refused to give her help. And this went on for some time, and her condition just continued to get worse. You could hear how she sounded so weak and frail. And based on Taneasha's social media sites, I'm going to put some of these videos in here. She was not one to beg or need help. I mean, homegirl was pretty confident in herself. Her pictures showed that she was a bad girl. Like she didn't need anybody to help her. She was, somebody who was confident out, doing her thing and living life. And I just, to hear her voice on those videos just truly shows me that she could not have been well. She was really in pain and hurting. Now, Other inmates even called on behalf of her because they also recognized something was really wrong. So if the officers felt that she was faking, I guess she ended up getting other people to go in with the cahoots or making them all feel that everyone, you know, was faking on behalf of Taneasha. And this is why I'm telling you, some of these events just do not add up. She was, according to documents as of 8:45, finally seen by the jail nurse, Ed Rutan, who supposedly just left Taneasha some Tylenol because he felt that there was nothing really wrong with her. I just don't understand. I mean, even I've been to the doctor before and they just look at you and can tell if you're lethargic. And I mean, just from watching this video, I can tell she was very weak and just not able to, you know, hold herself up. Now, this would equal about 8 times that Taneasha called and begged for help, with her last call being made at 12:17 p.m. And get this, she even said, "Can you hold my hand?" I mean, how much more can you be begging for help when you say, "Can you please hold my hand?" This woman has cried, "I need help." This woman has cried, "My stomach." This woman has cried, "I need to go to the hospital," to the point where her last cry was, "Can you hold my hand?" Now, the 2 female officers that did come to her door, once again saying she was faking, told Taneasha that if she didn't get dressed herself, that she could just sit there and suffer. I mean, how can a person be asked to get themselves dressed when they're telling you they barely can stand up? If you looked at the video, she was falling. She could not keep her balance. I mean, once again, this is some questionable behavior. And an ambulance would finally make it to the jail roughly 24 hours. 24 hours after Taneasha first complained of her pain and suffering, and unfortunately she went into cardiac arrest at Schneck Medical Center and passed away at the age of 23 on July 16th, leaving behind a beautiful daughter and so many loved ones. Now, doctors at this hospital initially indicated that Chappell might have been poisoned from some type of ingredient that's common to household cleaners. Various reports also stated that inmates had access to cleaning supplies to clean their cells. Could she have been poisoned by someone who had some type of beef with her? I mean, we'll never know until this case really, you know, gets raveled and people start, you know, really getting in there and finding out what really happened. We hope that the family gets the answers that they need and they get the outcome that they are looking for, because they have filed suit now. The case was investigated by Indiana State Police and, get this, has since been closed. The prosecutor felt that no one at the jail, none of the officers, did anything wrong as it related to their job functions, while poor Taneasha begged for help for hours and hours and hours. A life was lost because others felt she was faking it or just didn't treat her symptoms as if they were real. Now, African American women have been known to have a harder time getting treated fairly from the health industry overall, and these details seem to speak to the same type of abuse or lack of equality that Taneasha did deserve. People are looking for jobs, and this just shows that independent people should be put into some of these facilities to be able to support and give the type of empathy needed for inmates, because when it comes to their overall health, I mean, how can we ask the people who are there to supervise them to also be able to understand their health needs? I mean, I don't think they're the right people, and I just don't understand the system. This case, or this, you know, situation is really just, it's scary. It's scary to know that you could go to jail and someone just not listen to you, even though you have the right. You have the right to get treatment. You have the right to get help. So the family has been very open for people to not forget Taneasha's name and are asking for people to say her name. So if you are watching this video, please put in the comments hashtag Ta'Neasha Chappell and share this video, because the family is trying to get justice for the loss of their loved one. Now, this happened in 2021, but in November you will see that there was a large rally demanding the now released video footage that clearly confirms what this family felt happened all along, that something was not handled properly. Her mother was quoted saying, "Was it my daughter's tattoos? Was it the way she talked? Was it the color of her skin? What caused them to treat her child like this?" Now, this is so sad, and I'm going to insert the picture here because Chappell's 10-year-old daughter stood next to her grandmother and her aunt on the steps of the Jackson County Courthouse as her little mind had to prepare to share her thoughts to so many strangers to let them know not to forget her mother. No child should have to demand justice, but it seems that this is unfortunately becoming a norm, because I know we all are familiar with seeing children now being left behind from their parents being taken from them, and them also demanding justice. So her daughter screamed, "Say my mom's name." We will continue to follow this case as prominent lawyers Ben Crump, who represented Breonna Taylor, may she also rest in peace, are on this case because they are determined to get answers and seek justice for this family. No sentence or amount of money can ever truly bring closure, but this family does deserve answers and outcomes, and hopefully they will get them soon. As always, Crime Wall family, stay safe and stay aware. The Crime Wall was created to bring awareness to victims and stories that do not receive the same media exposures as others. We mean no disrespect to the family, survivors, or victims detailed in the stories. Information obtained from these videos are compiled from various sources. This, like all of our stories, are very hard to research and upload. It takes time to bring you this awareness, so if you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also do your part by sharing these stories as well. We cannot just rely on an algorithm. We need your help to bring awareness too. Thanks for watching, Crime Wall fam. Be safe, and remember to tell someone you love them today, and please don't wait till tomorrow.